Okay, so a few people have pointed out that I have failed to go through what it actually cost me to repair the timing chain that snapped on the car and the work that it was taken and all the rest of it. So in that situation, when it broke, you're faced with either getting a specialist to do the work, and in that case we were looking at a bill from, at the very least, 1,500 quid plus VAT. So VAT is 20%. So you're really looking closer to 2,000, and to be honest, I think the bill would have gone a lot higher than that anyway. So would have been in excess of £2,000, I think, easily to get the work done, or a replacement engine. So that was one option. What did I do? I bought all the bits and did it myself. So let's run through what that cost. So the first main thing that I bought was the timing chain kit. That was £200. The next thing that I bought was a timing tool kit. This is the kit which can lock the flywheel, has the special bit for going on the crankshaft to turn the crank, and also the timing piece that looks like a capital B that you put sideways over the end of the camshafts to lock the cams in place while you do the work. That was £20. Head gasket. Head gasket was £80 for a good one, and you do want to buy a good one if you're going to do this work. You do not want to be going back in there again later. So next was a valve cover gasket. If you're going to do the work, you might as well replace the valve cover gasket. That's £25 for that part. The cylinder head. Now, there's two things to remember here. One, I bought the wrong cylinder head. I'm not going to count the cost there. That was about 200 quid, something like that. But I'm going to resell it, so I should be able to resell it for pretty much the same price I bought it for, so that should be nothing, no cost to me really, or a negligible cost. So the actual work that I did was I took my cylinder head off to a specialist who dismantled it, replaced the bits needed. That work was £200, including VAT. I bought 8 rocker arms. Only 4 were broken, but I decided to replace 8. Could have done that tiny bit cheaper, but I bought a set of 8 for £57. I bought a set of head bolts because you absolutely do not want to replace the old head bolts. They are stretch bolts, so when you are tightening them up, you need new bolts. Those were £24. A bit of RTV high temperature silicone sealant for doing the sump, and also the timing case cover that goes just before the gearbox bolts on. That is the correct way to do it. There are no gaskets, you do it with a liquid gasket. So yeah, it's a £5 for that. Injector seals, so these are just the little copper washers that go onto the injectors. You do want to replace those if you've had the injectors out. That was £3. Coolant, I managed to get BMW spec coolant for £20 for 10 litres of fluid. Didn't use it all, but I've got it. And engine oil, again, I hunted around for decent quality stuff that met the specs we were looking for. £57 for 10 litres of engine oil. Again, I've got a few litres spare after doing it. So the grand total there is 691 Great Britain pounds, or if you're in Europe, 745 euros, or if you're in the United States, 834 US dollars, or if you're in Australia, 1,228 Australian dollars, mate. So that is your grand total, and the amount of work that was required, I think I did it all over about 4 weekends, looking back at the calendar, plus a whole bunch of evenings. So 4 weekends of hard graft, a load of evenings working until it starts to get dark. Yeah, my work rate's probably pretty inefficient in comparison to a specialist that knows what they're doing, but that's how long it took me and that's how much it cost. So under £700 all done. Can't be bad, can it?